We're good.
Dude, I like this. Check this out.
Can we rotate it or no?
Yeah, you could spin it. I think, every...
Mine's like tightening.
Every 7
episode.
minutes, we should just rotate it to our next sponsor.
Yeah, they're all us.
They're all us.
It's perfect.
Well, we are self-sponsoring this. Okay, so episode 7. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. Should I be looking at the camera now? Because now it's on me.
You can be looking at the camera.
At the camera?
You guys start talking.
Don't look at
You
Chuck.
can look at each other.
Test.
Okay.
Jim,
One,
test,
two,
test.
three.
It'll be like test,
Back,
test,
back, forward,
test,
back, forward, back, forward.
Here. Over here.
Well, we are elevating the game, Braden. Thank you very much. This is all you. So we got, what are these called? Billboards?
Flags. I think.
Flags for the mics?
Yeah.
We got dual camera setup now.
We're just wondering when we get the camera to go like at
We're
Braden.
going to get one on Braden, definitely.
And then we can control it?
Yeah.
Because he's made us look pretty bad in a couple of these episodes.
Yeah, so my
we got some revenge.
My sweatshirt was up to here one episode. I was like this.
It actually made it look like I was overweight, but I really am not.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, neither of us. Neither of us.
I weigh like 120 pounds.
Just keep on
camera
coughing.
exactly.
I got code.
Exactly. You're gonna get. Oh, it's always. I probably got it from you.
It's always said that. I'm sure you did.
You probably gave it to me last
All
podcast.
right. It built our immune system.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do we got going? Episode 7. So Braden, help me out here. We have Formula One we want to talk about. Yeah. That's not too big of a topic.
For me, it is.
Well,
Braden agrees it's a big
sarcastic.
topic.
It's huge. I think this is gonna get us 3 or 4 more viewers.
It's funny because when him and I are talking, I just think of like the different memes I see.
Oh, Jesus.
Huge. It's gonna be huge.
Car news, our mainstay. And then anything else we want to add?
Yeah, I like that. Anything else you want to add?
That's good. Current events.
It's funny because we usually don't make it to the end because we just talk too much,
Yeah,
and it's like it's over.
Anything else, Braden? Does that sound good?
No, that sounds pretty good.
I got a parts list. I feel like I'm doing my day job here, which is running Middleton Motorsports. But
if you could charge that much for our day job,
I want a salary increase.
Exactly.
I want part ownership.
Yeah, if you can do that,
we'll give
Dude,
them a
taste.
taste. We'll give
sell
them a
one of these.
Go ahead, give them a taste of what the engine, what the parts list.
We're going right into F1.
No, well, we will. But
dude, like I feel like
I didn't want to give them what you think.
I really think that like, and everybody does it. All the car guys and everybody that's probably taking time to watch or listen has always had the like talked about. You know how much it is for like a lug nut on whatever on a F1 car.
Right.
So we thought we'd lay out the costs of everything.
Well, what we should have did, because let's tell the audience, you are an F1. Would you say fanatic? I mean, you're pretty.
Did anybody else here get up and watch the races? I watch practice at 2 a.m.
Okay,
I'm crazy, and I can't watch it like I'm really bad. I can't watch it not live. Everybody's like, why don't you just record it and watch it right when you get up? No, because it's over. It's over. Like to me, it's like I need to know.
And you might find out early.
Even if I didn't open my phone, like I can't.
It gives you anxiety.
Do you watch football replayed or basketball?
No.
I'm watching.
No.
It's like that movie with Harrison Ford. He's on Air Force One, and the guy's like, "Hey, congrats on your team win." He's like trying to watch it. It's like, whatever.
I would tell you, I do that once in a while. But I'll get only if I plan to be home before the game is over.
So
I'll just fast forward through the. No. I'll fast forward through the commercials to catch up.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the only time.
It's not over. There's no decided.
No, I don't, because I don't want to know either. But so I think that's a definition of a fanatic.
Yes.
Braden, you agree? I think that's a fanatic. Now, I am not. I love F1. I mean, I love anything to do with
I'm going to have a tough time next week because it's in China, and the race is from like 2. It's from 2 to like 4 a.m.
On Sunday?
on Sunday morning. So if I watch it live, I'm going to have to be up from 2 to 4 a.m.
That's this weekend coming up?
When we're at COTA.
Oh, when we're at COTA?
Yes.
Okay, so then we have to have a race party.
No, but I'm saying 2 to 4 a.m. and then get up at what time?
I
don't know. We'll be so amped up on adrenaline.
That'd be fun.
I don't know. Maybe I might make an exception there and just watch it. I'm just going to look and make sure that Max won and move on.
Well, that'll be the time you make an exception.
Yes.
But so our topic of F1, I mean, it's going to be good. You and I talk about it a lot, and I would ask you a ton of questions because I don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
I mean, I know enough to be dangerous, but I'm not as fanatical as you are. If I want to sleep in and go get brunch, did I just say brunch?
Well, if you come to our Cars and Coffee, some of you guys are local.
Yeah, that's
you'll always see me if there's a race. I have my moped and I have my phone mounted.
Right.
And I watch the F1 race on my moped. So I'm literally the most unsocial person at our own Cars and Coffee when there's a race going.
Right. Because you want to.
Maybe we should schedule our Cars and Coffee where it's like just come when there's not an F1 race and we'll have Cars and Coffee those weeks. But But one of the things we talk about at Cars and Coffee is how much does this cost and this cost, and we actually got on this discussion. We're like, let's talk about it on our podcast. So we're gonna go down. You type this up. It'd be fun to most people have no idea how
that's what I
ridiculous.
mean.
It's insane.
If I probably wish I didn't look at this because if you were to say to me, Jim, let's just run down we have like things like
Actually, cover it up. You
chassis.
probably don't know some of this stuff.
Well,
you didn't memorize it all, did you?
No. I just cheated and looked at it.
Yeah, but whatever.
But yeah, no.
But like
I would rather not know for the crowd.
Yes, exactly. But like the engine cost for an F1 car, you know that.
I know that
because
it's insane.
Yeah,
but
$16 million. That's insane
for the engine.
The cool thing is being a Ford. Having a Ford dealership we work and operate out of, and one of our sponsors.
Yes. Well, $16 million for F1 engine.
Yes.
You can visit MiddletonMotorsports.com and get a 700R package starting at $39.99.
Well, my hope is because Ford's going in with Red Bull to develop these engines and work on them, and they're for 2026. So there'll be a Ford on the side again on an F1, which is cool.
Well, but the technology could.
But that's like the cost of the engine. But like when you look at development costs, when you get a manufacturer like Ford involved, just think how much money is spent. And we looked at that like ahead of time before all this.
Well, we did because this total is not the total run the team.
This is just like sheer price of the parts to build a car. Yeah, or not to build, but just like of the replacement place.
Yeah,
like
replacement parts.
Yeah.
So let's drop the bomb on like the total team, and then we'll work our way back.
Dude, it was like $250 million. Right. Yeah, and there's thousands of people behind each car. So like everybody that watches, that's not like a huge like they're just like, oh, there's like 4 guys at the front. And ladies like literally they're running the on the board, but behind that is everybody at the factory that they have a whole. It's like literally like NASA. They have all these people. They analyze the data. They listen to everybody else's radio, and they feed this group of people at the at the front like all the information they need to know.
And the drivers kind of get
like Leclerc's play. They know. Yeah, and then they have to get the feedback through there, and they have to change their strategies because the strategists are like it's unbelievable. It's way more than just like there's so much strategy, which I love about it because. I mean, yeah, like a guy like Max is dominant, but he's a good driver. But there's a lot of cool stuff that Red Bull's done. Adrian Newey and getting into like that kind of stuff. It's like the people are very. I mean, F1 team, it really comes back. People are still the most important part. You can't have the fastest car if you don't have the smartest people, the fastest people.
And for me, it's like hour and a half.
It's like an hour and a half usually.
Hour and a half minute race, 50.
Well, unless there's a red flag, like in the middle of the night when it was in Japan last night, it delayed it 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the middle of the night, me staying up is like, oh, come on.
Right.
But anyway,
but like I'm looking at a race. I'm not thinking about, to your point, though, all the workings and what's going on behind it.
Yes,
I'm looking at a guy driving a car for.
Even if you look at the team and they have the pits crew and stuff, that's like
I'm thinking to myself, what are they doing?
This much of that team, yeah, but
that's what I'm
exactly.
But yes, again, this is someone who doesn't know,
and it's fascinating, like a behind the F1. I mean, even in that Drive to Survive, which got a lot of people involved in the F1, they don't really talk about the actual like. All the people and what they're actually.
That's not the sexy
because it's
stuff,
exactly. Like but if you're a technology car guru, that's like for me. Like when I'm watching a race, I have my favorite driver. I have the onboard. I have the telemetry. I have like all the different cameras from F1 because I subscribe to F1 Live and I can see all the stuff, which is cool.
No, I've seen it in your kind of TV room. All that laid out in the different TVs.
Yes,
it's pretty.
It's literally
pretty awesome.
What we like to do.
But if you think about the car. And the cost of the car, which I think most of it was what we have on the page.
Yep.
And then the overall cost of the $250 million-ish to run.
Mostly people in development.
Like it's you would think, oh my God, the car's got to be the majority of it, but it's not even close.
17.8 million, for everything.
Compared now, if that's a car, right? You're like the guy crashing any minute and running into the wall, but. Like it just shows how much it costs for.
Well, it's funny.
You run the team,
and you'll see that when someone crashes at a race or whatever, and they've actually done this where they show like this. This is how much each driver has costed the team. Like this, like all because what was it? Logan Sargent crashed a couple times, but then like the Latifi, where actually kind of helped Max win the championship in 2020 when he crashed. The amount of times that guy crashed, they're just like it costs the team because a front wing is 70,
but at least it's not the majority of the cost.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like you think when they crash a car, you're like, oh my gosh, how much can they afford? But it's costing $250 million, and the car is a smaller piece of it. But they also, in Formula One, unlike IndyCar maybe, or
Yeah.
NASCAR or something, more like racing series in the U.S., they're traveling distances.
The world.
Right.
Yeah.
Like all of, so they're
Yes,
sending
every-
their whole crew,
And that's part of their budget.
car.
So they just switched it actually in the last couple of years. Is that when they went to the new cars, is they have a budget now, budget caps. So to how much
travel?
spend? No, for
Or
everything.
call it travel.
The whole expenditure
whole
of the
thing.
season. So you have like Red Bull went over the first year because they're catering because their catering expenses and everything were so
They're
high.
they're not using the craft.
Oh, so
food
there was so
service.
many
That's-
memes. Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah, exactly. They were. There was too many
Lobster tails
lobster tail. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
a few of those. But all that stuff goes into it, and then they actually the higher you place, the least amount of you get the amount of wind tunnel time is
Really?
determines like so it's like the draft position. Like in NFL, you have like the worst team gets to draft. The worst team in F1 gets the most amount
Really?
of
Oh, I didn't know that.
wind tunnel time.
That's insane.
But
So
if
it
you got-
is that. That's their effort to try to keep the teams, competitive.
And the
Best they can.
Right, and Red Bull got a huge penalty because they spent too much on food and they lost a bunch of wind tunnel time. So when they came out with the cars that are dominating with the less, it's just like,
Yeah.
but that's Adrian Newey.
That's
so,
insane.
But yeah, like and anybody can look it up on it. But like we'll go through them quick. But like chassis, just the carbon chassis is almost 700,000. The gearbox is 314,000. That's the base. That's almost the base price of the GT was. No GT.
GTD?
Yeah. We're getting close to. It should be around that
Around
price.
there.
Could you imagine?
Published something.
You can have that
They've
or a
said-
gearbox.
They've said publicly around 300 starting.
Yes. Yep. Rear wing DRS 155,000. It's got to be close to what the Porsche RS wing is.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I'm
pretty
sure.
much an F1
I'm
wing.
sure. Well, what we saw at the auction today.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
No, that's the first thing we get to news. We saw GT3
Oh,
RS non
yeah, okay,
YSAC.
let's save that for later.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Stay
I was just
tuned.
gonna say stay
Right.
tuned because we just saw one go through the auction side, which we had a little party this morning. But like, can you imagine doing brake pads and rotors for $126,000?
That's not part of our package.
Oh, the floor doesn't come with the chassis. The floor doesn't come with the chassis. The floor is another 126,000.
Wait, the floor isn't the chassis?
Nope. Yeah, because he bolted on.
Nice.
But it's actually one of the biggest things that the car like that's
Steering wheel.
enough for the field. Yeah, steel 45,000.
That's. I wonder where that's coming from. It's probably not China.
Maybe all those companies that we just sent the parts back, they got credits. Those guys are
That's what I'm
buying.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's not a
They're
China
the same
part.
wavelength.
Is it?
Yeah. Fuel tank 28,000. Oh, dude, you got to pull up a picture.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Pull
China
up,
parts.
pull up a picture of an dude. We got to pull up a picture of the F1, the fuel tank for an F1 car. It's unbelievable. Because I mean, these things have to go up to like 6 Gs, like on
Right.
corners and stuff. It's like the facets and like. We'll pull that up on the screen, but it's unbelievable what the fuel tanks, and they have to be like literally impact proof because it's a fireball.
explode.
Yeah, for the because the
explode.
driver's sitting on it.
No, but dude, the only thing we can literally say, and not most, but folks out there can probably
no
appreciate.
way.
Think
There's
about
no
that.
way that's the price. Is
That,
it for one?
like your
Wait,
tires cost more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it looks
That's
like
the
it's
tank.
molded right behind.
Yeah,
the seat.
because you're sitting on it.
right, you're just sitting right on the tank.
But dude, the inside of it too is like there's literally all these different alleys or like, like just
chambers or
chambers so
whatever,
the
lack of a better-
fuel doesn't flap around.
Dude, $2,600 for tires.
Is that that's got to be each. But
Let's
Pirelli's
assume
a
it's each.
sponsor. I think they just give. I think
That's
the
what-
tires are given, but
But you can almost say your tires cost more than F1 cars tires.
yeah,
If you get
The
the
Cup
R
2Rs.
Yeah, right, exactly. So F1 for the fan like me, a couple things just to ask you. First, the pit stops. Like you used to again seeing NASCAR or Indy. Indy's probably similar.
yep.
Is it similar?
Indy's
Do
kind
they
of
still
similar.
go
Well,
around?
NASCAR has the 5 lugs still, where they have to go.
Yes.
5
But is
times.
it Indy one person or 4?
I honestly don't know. I don't watch
Yeah,
any
no,
car.
I don't.
I'm
I
be
thought it
honest.
was one, and they go around, but maybe it's
don't know.
not. But
Yeah. Do you
I
know?
mean, the
IndyCar?
Yeah,
the average pit stop,
it's definitely not F1. Is it?
but the average pit stop on F1 is what, 3?
No, it's under 3. No, it's like
Under
2 point. So I think Verstappen had the fastest pit stop last
I'm gonna have to
race.
put you on the
It was
spot.
I think it was 2.1.
Oh my god,
Seconds?
No way.
That's 4
I
tires.
mean, think about that.
And when
Fuel, 4
because I listen
tires.
to the radio for the Red Bull team. I listen to all their communications, and in the race they're saying like, "Hey, what do you want your wing adjustments for the like when you come in for
Right.
pit?" Like down 2, up 2. It's funny. This last race, the race engineer recommended it to be down 2. And Max like went against him, and then in the middle of the race, well, during the race, like the first, he's like, "I want down 2," and then it's funny because GP is like telling Verstappen like, "I want to say I told you so,"
Right,
and he
right.
said that on the radio.
Good for you.
And then he brought it up again. He's like, "Just to clarify, you want down 2."
Right,
So
right.
I was like,
To rub it
it's
in.
just like if you were,
Yes.
this is how Jim and I operate,
Yes.
because if we
You
tell someone
sure?
something,
Right.
we would rub it in like probably more than
Absolutely.
But like, just think,
Absolutely.
it's almost kind of like a mental thing, like how good you guys are, like to be able to mess with the driver in the middle of the race and say, "I told you so" twice. Like,
Right.
come on. Like,
Right. And you
there's
gotta
no
know
other
the
team.
person's personality too,
Yeah.
probably.
And then like, but now you're just, it's just, it's
But
it's
I would,
unbelievable.
so pit stops. You got it?
Yeah. You guys want to?
Let's watch it.
Is this the record? Is this the?
I believe so. It's in Brazil.
This is the record. It's under 2 seconds then. It's 1.9. Yeah, 1.82.
Oh my gosh, dude! I can tell you again. In our shop, we're not changing your 4 wheels and tires.
You
in
know,
1.8
hey,
seconds.
we'll pull it. So what actually, you know what they did to train this off season? They did the entire pit stop. They wanted to do it in like 2 seconds, complete darkness. So they did it. So Red Bull
No.
did. So Red Bull did
That's
a
cool.
pit stop where they train and train and train, and they got it. So they did in 100% darkness. They had for safety. They had people with like
sure,
night
sure,
vision
sure,
looking,
sure.
but the team was 100% blacked,
Black.
and it was blacked out.
Wow.
Because then you just got to know your stuff. Like
Right. That's
and
just all
it's-
repetition.
It's kind of cool.
It's just pure repetition.
I got that.
Right?
Yeah. So they literally have like they go through
Can you
the.
put the sound on?
33 seconds.
Is it- how long is it?
They're guessing how long it took them in the dark. Verstappen guessed 6.
9.8 seconds.
Look at the sparks flying. That's cool.
7.5. So frustrating. Our first ever pitch black pit stop.
You're gonna have to edit this because we're just sitting here watching and staring at it. But first ever pitch.
But they get, what do they get down to though? Because we're gonna cut all this out
Yeah.
anyway.
I think it was like 7.8 seconds. He said 7.8.
No, it got down to like 3.
Really?
Yeah. Which is a fuck you, because it's funny, they're dark, their pitch black was faster than some of the fastest like
Oh,
during the race.
That's
an FU. Yeah.
That's a flex on someone.
2.84 seconds. Pitch black.
So 2.84 seconds. You just saw that pit
Yes.
like in the pitch
In
black.
pitch black.
It's kind of a flex on the other
No,
teams because that's faster than some of the other teams.
Yeah, that's incredible.
One more thing I'll tell you
That's
that Red Bull
incredible.
did is they did a pit stop in 0 gravity. They took one of those the jumbo
No,
plane.
come on.
They took a jumbo plane up, and then you know how they dive in the
Right.
thing. They did it a weightless, no
With
gravity pit
with a
stop.
car?
They put an
Like-
F1 car in
Oh
the.
my gosh, dude.
Dude, Red Bull's insane.
Red Bull. Yeah, I mean,
Do you think their marketing budget's pretty close to ours?
yeah, it's about the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it's about
I
the
think
same.
they're not making these at home on their spare time.
Yeah, we made ours at work. I'm switching my sponsor.
Are you?
I moved.
Where did you go to, the
I went to the
M's?
MMs.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to. Oh, I'm on the tuned in
Yeah, you're tuned in. Oh,
to here.
I was just at that, but we'll just
Oh,
shift
that's
it.
all right. Show our versatility. What's so
Are you
funny?
sick of us yet, Braden?
No. Okay, so pit stops are insane.
Yes. We'll throw up the gravity one.
The other
maybe.
thing I think is really interesting when you talked about +2 or something in downforce, how often the drivers are actually manipulating the dynamics of the car.
Oh, the steering wheel, because it's
Steering, yeah, like
well, they're like position 5, mode 3. Like the entire race, they're changing it.
right.
If something
The
fails,
torque vectoring, maybe it's not called that, but
Yeah.
like they're doing brake bias, they're doing
every corner,
right?
No, they change it on the corner. So you know, on your RS, like it's kind of a little.
it's similar. I mean,
It might be overwhelming
similar.
for getting into it. But
Ask
like,
me how many times I've touched that.
one time, I know. No, you did it once because you changed it to the guy's specs at
I
Road
did.
America.
I did.
I remember that.
But I had no idea what I was doing.
exactly.
Like what it meant.
But it's unbelievable that what these guys
But
can
they
do.
can just, like I said, brake bias, power.
Their steering wheels are, and it's like crazy, and like you can put a steering wheel up, but it's just like it would take me like a year to figure out how to use that thing, and then what they do. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know. I don't have the ability to change my bias and this and brake biases and diff
buttons. Actually, it's
diff
on there.
lock.
See, I'm following your agenda. Anything else, Braden, we're missing?
I think that
so.
I guess what we taught is like the cool thing is all the advancements of F1, just like military to technology does. The F1 helps advance all these cars as like an actual like manufacturer, because you see your DRS wing was stolen. You stole that from an F1 car.
And the GTD hopefully
Exactly.
will do the same.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
There's rumors that there's I can't talk about that.
No, but I'm talking about the public.
Yeah.
Not that I know what you're talking about either.
The RS thing of where it is right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Well, they should be.
It should have been done
That's not
months.
unusual
Anyways.
for manufacturers to.
But it's cool to see like what these like what is like this technology get. Sorry, excuse me. Getting into the road cars like Gordon Murray. He's like an Adrian Newey. He's an absolute like he was a genius of the motorsport. He built the fan car, and then I talked about that in the first episode of my favorite car. Yeah. But he developed that, and then it wasn't within the rules. They couldn't change it, but he agreed to take because it was dominating. Yeah. But like
the fan car. I mean, the fan is for downforce.
It sucks the car to the ground, literally at zero. It has downforce at 0 miles an hour, and it's unbelievable what that thing will do.
That's in that car's. Now that's not the fan car. That's a different fan car than the fan car we saw at, what's the hill climb? It's not a hill climb, but...
That was the electric. It's a different one. They stole same technology.
Yeah. It's a little small dealy.
It's electric, the electric one. It said like the record. They say that matches F1 lap times.
I mean, that downforce, it had like 1,200 or more than 1,200 pounds of downforce, like not even moving.
At zero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, not even moving.
It does 0 to 60 in like 1.2 seconds. Well, scared the guy on CarWow. It scared the hell out of him.
That's an awesome car, too.
But,
so you're a Max fan, sounds like.
Yeah.
Is that
fair to say? I have, what's funny is I have a lot of people.
Who's your next?
I have a lot of people asking me, like, because there's rumors, and it's probably not true, but like of him going to Mercedes,
right,
and they're like,
I was kind of going to go down some of those paths.
But like, if you went to Mercedes, would you be a Red Bull fan? I'm like, no, I'd be a Max. I still would follow him. I don't care if it's like, because right now the arch nemesis for me is just obviously the big fight against Mercedes. And,
right. So whoever's competing against him, whatever team he's on, is a team you're going to not root for.
100%. Yeah, I like Red Bull still. I'll be Max first, Red Bull second.
Right.
And I obviously have other drivers. It's kind of like golf. Like you watch them all. Like you have your favorite.
Right. Who's your next favorite? Put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of a group.
Yeah, I like Leclerc. I think he's a good dude, and I think he's like a fair. Like I like when people like racers respect each other, and I think. When you see the respect of that, like Hamilton crashes into everybody, love or hate. The guy literally gives no, like I'm telling you.
Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I may make some haters out there, but it's true. It's like he tangles up with everybody.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my least favorite person on the grid is George Russell.
Really?
Yeah, even more so than
Hamilton.
I've come to like Hamilton. Some of the things that Hamilton does. Like I didn't know he's into shooting. Like he's into like competitive, which is cool. But anyways, it's definitely Hamilton's going to Ferrari, but I really like Leclerc. I've seen him, and he just seems like a typical dude.
I think one last thing for me, I thought it was interesting. I said it to you the other day. Again, shows what kind of fan I am. But I was watching the first race. And Hamilton was still in the Mercedes, and I'm sitting there going, wait, I thought he was a Ferrari.
Yeah.
But they announced it that far in advance.
It leaked, yeah.
Oh, it leaked?
Yeah. So
it
wasn't
not
like a
something
plan.
That normally happens.
No.
And it's true. It's confirmed.
Yes,
like he's going.
He's going.
So he's going to drive a Mercedes all year long.
There was a picture. They kind of like...
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, where's his heart? You would think he's starting to think of...
It's like, you think it's like a salesman.
Did Ferrari go 1-2 or something? Or... In one of the races, and it was funny, like
yes. Well, Sainz is out. No, here's the thing. Now it's like ever since Sainz, because they signed Leclerc, Sainz is out, and Sainz is all of a sudden he won. He won not this last week, but the week before. He's outperforming Leclerc. he's obviously driving for a seat somewhere else, but there's
it's amazing when that happens.
It's funny because in the F1 world, it's like if you shake somebody's hand. So there's like a video of like Sainz's dad meeting with the Red Bull, so it's like, he's going to Red Bull.
Well, I'm sure he's looking for a seat then.
Yeah, but it's just I
thought that was pretty interesting.
In the Mercedes seat's probably the biggest seat open right now, and I think Toto Wolff is going to sit there in the weeds and see if there's any, because there's a lot of turmoil at Red Bull, but he's just waiting to see if he can get Max. He kind of let Max. He didn't sign Max initially, and I think obviously he's regretted that ever since the word go. But
what is the average salary of a Formula One race car driver?
They're like $2 to $10 million, and then like Max will get $50 million a year.
In royalties or in sponsorships?
No, that's just his salary. He has a $250 million contract, $50 million a year.
Because
he was the highest paid for a while, highest paid athlete in the world.
Athlete, because some of those soccer players,
at least soccer's,
like soccer players are insanely paid too. It's
crazy. It says average is $12 million a year.
You got some guys that are making like Sargent's
well, that's probably not even sponsorships. I mean,
that's not, because every F1 driver has like most of them sell their Who would ever like buy all these half size helmets and like these little cars that
I don't know. But I know
you might have to do, Braden. You might have to shoot my office quick and do a little layover. Show my insanity.
Cool. So, thanks, Chuck. I mean, the knowledge you have in F1 is insane. That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I can relate to it.
Let's move on. Next topic. What do you want to talk? You want to go into car news?
Let's do car news. Yeah. What do we tease everybody on?
Oh yeah. Well, we could start there. I mean,
it's kind of car news.
One of the benefits of the store, right?
Yep.
Being part of a dealership is we have
that wasn't
buyers.
A benefit this morning. I was let down, Jim. I felt like I was going to have something today.
Well, I mean, yeah. Let's kind of take a step back first. Is we do buy cars, right? We buy cars on auctions, and you have a really great used car buyer. I don't know if I can say it that way.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's got a lot of connections, and he informed you a couple weeks ago that there was a GT 992 GT3 RS that he knew, through the grapevine, that was coming up on an auction.
Yep.
And we had the opportunity today to kind of watch it run through the auction.
Because it was something that was like, it's always intriguing to watch because you don't know what it's going to go for.
And I don't know how many cars, they were all beautiful cars, nice cars, Porsches.
We were shocked by the turbo price of $214,000.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like that was a $300,000 car.
Not too long ago. But then the Carrera GTS, which was probably in the low twos, was 150,
160.
Yeah, 164 or something.
I think the guy wanted 165. It didn't get to the.
It got close.
Auction. It got
but
close.
I mean, for $50,000 more, I mean, you can get the turbo. But whatever. But we knew there was a GT3 coming up.
Yep.
And we were, joking with each other, and the group was watching with us.
Between
what
Jim
do we think
and I,
was going to run?
we had a number that I would potentially buy.
I was way off.
It's nice my wife doesn't watch these too often because at least this far in, because then we
were all before the auction.
I was never going to buy that
dreaming.
car.
It's like when you get a lotto ticket.
It's literally
for the Powerball.
Yes.
And you're like, what would I do with this? Well, it was kind of like that this morning.
Yeah.
We were even figuring out how do we get investors to go in with us.
Yeah.
And we could flip it.
Well, we had so many conversations of what we could do with it because we at that point assumed it was just going to go for nothing. We thought no one would want this car. Yes.
We were the only ones that knew it was on auction.
Yeah.
That's how we treated it. And it was absolutely a joke. But, the opening bid was above both of our bids.
Where we were like, oh, we'll buy it for that. And just
it was gone.
What is sell for? So it's a non-WISAC package, white. It had the non-magnesium wheels, carbon brakes. It was a Canadian car. We can talk about it. Okay. Yeah, so it was a Canadian car. Sold for $398,500.
100 or 500.
Something like that.
Something like that. It was just shy of 400.
Yes.
At the auction. Now, someone might have been buying it for personal use. Someone might have been buying it for the store.
It said 1,900 miles, right? Yeah, 1,900.
Under 2,000. Yeah. I don't know if they were buying it to resell it and flip it. I mean, you see them online for $449.
We got to talk about what I did during the auction when it got to $380,000. I took the mouse. And I was wavering over the bid. All it takes is a click, and you're locked in. My business partners are with me.
They were like.
Jeremy almost had a heart attack because he didn't want to grab it fast because if he accidentally clicked it, it would have been a bid. But whatever, it was kind of fun.
Yeah. But that was cool. I mean,
Yes.
like to see that car
To
go
see
through
that
auction.
car, it was awesome.
It's awesome.
I think we should talk about that
experience that.
Ford Explorer that went around the world.
A Ford Explorer that went around the world. So
It's the
what
first
happened with
electric
that?
car that's actually drove the circumference of the Earth.
Really? Mm-hmm. How do you do that? Like
Like
you go
of
up
the
over
land,
it.
the land. So you land at you do west to east coast on every
Okay.
continent.
Oh,
Like to do
that's cool.
And you
Must
can
have been
you can
torture.
hey, you can fact check me, Braden, and then we'll put up some of the specifics. But it kind of also revealed a new Explorer electric that looked pretty
Right.
cool.
No, the new Explorer
You know,
is a hot car coming out.
It is.
I'm anxious to get one.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a couple videos on it once we get it in. I mean, there's some car auto show videos out there, but yeah, it's nice.
Yep, and we can do some, like we do. We can do the performance test on
Right.
the grocery getter.
Yes, the grocery
which we've
getter.
done. It's fun.
No, we'll throw it up on the dyno.
Well, Draggy the World, is probably
Yeah.
going to come back. Is your alter ego coming back when
The
it's
Riz?
nice?
No,
the
I'm
Riz.
not sure the Riz is going to come back.
We
We got
got
too
it.
many other things going on right now. That was when the shop wasn't quite as busy as it
now,
is now.
now we're booked out weeks.
Yeah, now I'm booked out and
But-
trying to manage that. But
I feel like the Riz might be maybe the Riz can make an appearance on the podcast sometime.
in character.
Yes, yeah, we have to do that.
Get that.
Do you think we could track down the Sasquatch, like the real Sasquatch? I'm not sure he'd talk, but
We can get the
him
Sasquatch
here.
in here,
We
for
have we have some connections.
sure.
Sasquatch
For sure.
or whoever.
But so that thing went around the world, and it had to deal with the charging network that's out there. Obviously, God, that would be. I don't know if there's anything worse. For me
I'm
in
sure it
life.
was. I'm sure there was a gas van following it with a generator to charge it up.
How do you? I would want it charged in while I'm driving.
There's
Like-
a
like
reason they
how
were
it
the
would be
first.
connected while
There's a
I'm-
reason they were the first because I'm sure it was not easy.
I don't have the patience for that.
No.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Do you want to talk about
your?
Do you want to talk about how much fun you have at gas stations? There's really.
Oh yeah, no, we'll leave that alone. Yeah.
Oh,
My Subaru friends out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Subaru, what's it?
BRZ Wilderness. Okay, what do we
Great,
got?
this is-
show us some pictures.
This
Let's
is
go.
where I get a hate on everything.
Yeah, no, go down the pictures. What do we got? You can go in any order you want. But you're running the show, Braden. Tell us what we're looking at and what do we want to look at?
So this is a car that we don't have yet in the U.S.
Do you even know how to pronounce it?
I do.
How do you pronounce? What is it?
Do you want to try first?
I think he's asked you. You should ask him to try. it.
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi?
Xiaomi.
Very
This
good.
is Xiaomi.
Is that what it is?
Xiaomi.
Okay, close.
Like you would have known.
I had no idea. I'm looking at that going,
Xiaomi.
not sure what that is.
Xiaomi.
Or Xiaomi. It's what I
Xiaomi.
say.
Oh.
Something like that.
Oh.
Oh, you don't
so
really
you don't
know
really
what
know.
it is.
It's
All
pretty
right,
close.
Okay.
Show me what this is, okay?
That's a good one. That was good. That was clever. I like
It's
that.
a Mach-E, all right?
That might be the intro to the podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Get them lured in by
Okay,
Xiaomi.
Is this a RX-7? A BRZ? What
That's
is
not-
this?
Is it Lotus?
It's a
Kia?
This is a SU7. So
I'm not cheating. I'm not looking at this.
No, I have
stuff.
no
What
idea.
is it?
The first time seeing it. It looks like every car I just mentioned. RX-7, old RX-7, or what are they? The
A smashed down Mach-E.
the three Mazda 3, like a Mazda 3
Yeah.
extended. It looks like a Panamera.
Weird.
It's got the Taycan in it.
yeah.
It's got
Smashed
the
down.
BRZ in it.
Yeah, the front's way better than most electric front ends.
Oh, it's electric.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
electric. So Xiaomi is a smartphone manufacturer from
Oh,
China.
shit.
So they make smartphones and they make other electronics, consumer electronics, and this is their first car entry. So
So this is like Apple making a car.
It's probably more.
You know,
like
Apple
Samsung.
I think they dropped out of making
they?
a car.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yes.
I mean, it's got like
Hey, it's
a,
got your bias knobs from the Porsche. You see
yeah,
that?
yeah, something. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not for
I
that.
don't know what that is, but
It honestly doesn't look
it looks
bad.
like every other. It looks like a Kia. I mean, it looks almost exactly like the Kia Sportage. or
that
whatever.
that angle looks like a Panamera.
That hurts.
I'm just being
No,
honest.
it's
like
fair.
you know,
Absolutely, I agree.
But it's. I mean, no, it's not. Obviously, not. That
Okay,
angle is just
let's move on.
next.
Awful.
So this is it's rumored to be the new Porsche K1, which is their electric SUV. It's bigger than a Cayenne.
Does it come with the hood popped up, or is that option? It looks like there's something going on there.
Well, it's tough to see the
Is
back.
that a
I mean,
Nürburgring? Or is that just like
Oh, I'm
Spy
sure
showed us?
they're
I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
It looks like a little
Honda
bit of
Pilot?
a Cayenne, like
Dude, the back looks like a
Poles.
Pilot. Honda Pilot. Think Honda.
no, it does.
I think when you get that little
The
spoiler
Honda
on the
Pilot
back.
or the Honda CRV.
Yeah.
It's got 3 rows, so 7 seats.
Okay, so it's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
They're going after the BMW X8 or
7.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the X7 competes like directly with the X7.
But this is
roughly.
this gas or hybrid?
This is electric.
All electric.
Yeah.
Well, the Macan's gone all electric, right?
A bunch of new Porsche vehicles.
I think
are going
Macan
electric.
has
Boxsters.
the
2RS is
has-
going to have some electrics in it.
It's going to be hybrid, right? So yeah, I mean, they're doing whatever they need to do to keep their 911 combustion. I mean, it's probably what they can do to hold on to the
Because of the EPA
the
standards they have
911,
to
naturally aspirated, hopefully.
see.
Okay.
So now we have the, I don't know how you pronounce it, I think it's Quarkus. The P3.
The Quarkus.
Why would you want to name something P3 if it's a race car? Like, wouldn't you want to be P1, like your first place, not third? Anyways, that's freaking
I don't know.
cool. Holy cow. That is an
Is
F1
it a
car.
kit car?
That's an F1 car.
They're a French manufacturer. They're making like a race car for Pikes Peak.
That looks like it.
Yeah. So it's just,
It's interesting. I mean, it's unique.
You know how much downforce that probably makes in the front end?
I mean, it looks like a shark, like a tiger shark.
You know, like those ones that, that
Yeah,
open.
just
It
got
just
the mouth
hasn't.
coming, just swimming through, eating everything in sight.
I feel like this should be floating in the Atlanta Aquarium. Like,
Do you have a
just
price on
floating.
that, Brandon, by any chance? Like, do you know?
I haven't been able to find one yet. I don't
Okay.
think they've released
It's concept now.
I believe they're releasing in 2026.
Is that an electric car as well?
It's hybrid.
Oh,
So it's a 1-liter 4-cylinder hybrid.
that's cool. I mean, it's tough to find a new design in a car,
Yeah.
right?
So it weighs 1,300 pounds,
Wow.
600 kilos.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the front. I mean, I kind of dig
I mean,
the
it's set
front
up
end.
with slicks. I mean, that's geared towards a track
Yeah,
car, the way it's set up. Yeah, look at that.
Side profile, not so much. Yeah.
Looks like the wing of like the old M's, like the CSL wings. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. It has that center.
Yeah.
Did you see the spy shots of the YSAC RS? And it has that,
no,
that thing
it
in
was
the
the MR.
the MR. Yeah,
MR.
the MR.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, it's got the shark fin.
Like right in the
Yeah.
dude. I just wonder how fast that thing's gonna be at the ring. It's
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
nasty.
It's got to be faster than the other one,
which is
the
fast.
current one. Yeah.
The GTD is supposedly gonna be right in there. I hope.
Let's hope, right?
And then, so Subaru, I believe it's just a Subaru dealer or Subaru, whatever you'd want to call it, out in New England, released this, and a lot of people got very excited.
Wait,
on-
so this is a modded Subaru?
No, so this is just a mock-up. A lot of people got extremely excited about this. And they released it for April Fools, taking BRZ and making it essentially like a
Well, I mean, look at
The Safari 911.
like a Safari 911
the
or a
Safari
Huracan
911, the
Storado.
Dakar, the Strato,
Yeah.
Serrato,
Storado.
Strata.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously those are in a different level, but why not? I mean, they're so popular right now. I can
I'd jump that.
dig a car like that.
You jump that?
I mean,
I'd jump that.
yeah, why not? Right? That'd be. I mean, it's not bad.
I'd run over it with a Raptor.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I
Right.
did run over a car.
We did.
I tried to
While
run it
we're
over.
waiting-
I took Jack when I came down here last night. I gave Jack my son a ride in the 911. Then we jumped in the Raptor, and I tried to run over that car, but it was too wet. I just kept pushing. We ripped the whole
Just moved
bumper
it.
off though.
Nothing
kinda
like,
funny.
when he's
Teaching the chit-
teaching him the new
My
tricks
kid,
of the
my
trade.
dad
when they're
ran,
older.
or he's at
Dad,
school
you
today.
told me.
My dad ran over a car.
Yeah, that's Cool.
So
Okay, is that it? I think. How long have we gone?
We're at about 40.
Should we thank
45
our
minutes.
subscribers? Or our subscribers. Well,
Yeah.
let's thank our subscribers.
they're more
Thank you
important than the sponsors,
very
are
much.
they?
But our sponsors,
Bothly.
Middleton Motorsports, Middleton Ford, FCK Light Bar,
Rap Lab,
Rap Lab,
Wheel Pros.
Wheel
Bill
Pros, Oracle Lights.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're all helping us to get new stuff and the second camera, this podcast, the builds we're doing. We've got a couple real cool things going on in the shop. We won't use this as that platform to talk about it, but yeah, a lot of exciting stuff going on at Milton Motorsports. Hey, thanks for watching. until next time, send us in what topics you'd like us to talk about. Do we still owe some people some prizes?
I haven't
Oh,
seen,
no,
I
wait,
haven't seen
track
the comments.
We mentioned in our last podcast.
We said, yeah, we got to do track. I was
It was the track times. There is someone out there actually.
that did it. Well, so let them
That
still
did it.
guess what they think that Matt, Jim, and I'll run for lap times.
Yeah, closest we'll get.
I'm honored
some
that the
merch.
first person thought I was going to be the fastest.
Yeah, well,
you have
I
the
think
most
you will be.
I don't know. You have the most capable.
I know, but I'm not a driver like you. I also want to drive it home. Don't take it home.
My car's going in a trailer one way or another
One way or
home.
the
I'm
other.
flying
That's what I
home.
That's what I mean. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
See you
Until next
next
time,
time.
take care.
Yeah.
Peace.